What is chamber music? How long is a piece of string?
Honestly, I kind of think of a jam session.
An intimate setting with a group of musicians.
One musician played each instrument.
Chamber music is a conversation among a group of instrumentalists or singers.
It was non-religious music that was sort of played for fun.
And I think of like a bunch of friends, in fact, getting together to play.
Dinner parties.
As long as it's without a conductor and it's done within the members of the ensemble, we can call that chamber music.
It was the first fun music.
It can go from just a very small group to a slightly larger group, maybe say as many as 10 or 12.
You can explore more. You can really highlight the important things of each instrument.
And really, it should be casual.
Chamber music is all about subtlety, about the interesting details of the musical conversation.
It can cover a sort of a multitude of sins, if you like.
The term chamber music sounds a lot lamer than what chamber music actually is.
It's whatever you want chamber music to be.
The concept of playing chamber music goes back a long ways, all the way to the Middle Ages, perhaps even before.
Chamber music actually came out of Egypt many years ago, around the time when the Great Pyramids were being built.
It started way back in the Baroque era.
Yes, as you can see, there's a chamber
Began to evolve more seriously in the Renaissance,
and musicians inside of it,
leading to, in the 17th and 18th century, a great flowering of what we now consider chamber music under that rubric.
200 years later, I think, then rock and roll was born, so.
My favorite chamber work is always the one that I'm currently playing.
I like a good string quartet. I like something that has a complexity to it.
Favorite composers of chamber music currently would include people like Johann Sebastian Bach, Jean-Philippe Rameau, Francois Couperin, and those are people that I'm currently trafficking in rather a lot these days. So
something like the late Beethoven quartets.
I really like Gershwin. I like Gershwin because he's really experimental. He fuses jazz.
I would probably have to say Barber's Summer Music, the Wind Quintet, is probably one of my favorite pieces.
When I think of chamber music, I immediately think of Mozart.
Having a month devoted to chamber music allows us to focus on that idiom of music as apart from the larger sphere of musical culture around us. So I think it's a great idea to get people really tuned in to what's happening, particularly in Houston's very rich chamber music scene.
I think it's nice to maybe break some stereotypes.
I think National Chamber Music Month is important because I don't think people get the same opportunity to hear and see chamber music in performance as they do orchestral performances.
We need another term, like, I don't know, lounge music is taken and obviously totally the wrong meaning.
We should call it tiny music.
Tiny music?
It can be intimidating and it can seem really serious, but actually it's a lot of fun too.
Chamber music occupies a vital sphere in today's society, though perhaps it's not one that people think of immediately when they think of going to a musical event. But once you start to scratch the surface of what's going on in a major area like the Houston metropolitan area, you'll find an enormous number of chamber music opportunities. The key is to just get out there and find out what's going on.
My name is Sean Hancock, and I support National Chamber Music Month.
My name is Adam Vancourt, and I support Chamber Music Month.
I'm Matthew Durst, and I support Chamber Music Month.
I'm Dacia Clay, and I celebrate National Chamber Music Month.
I'm Catherine Liu, and I support National Chamber Music Month.
I'm St. John Flynn, and I'm happy to support National Chamber Music Month.